Okay. Calling to session this public work action meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education for May 27th, 2020. Due to the COVID-19 health crisis, this meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education is not physically open to the public. This is to ensure we follow best practices for social distancing. Our board meeting is being live streamed to the public via Zoom. During the meeting, an announcement will be made for any member of the public who wishes to participate. At that time, members of the public can participate through the chat feature of Zoom. All participants must provide their name and address, and your comment and/or question will be included in the board's public record of the meeting, just as it would for a standard board meeting. As a matter of record, if we were to have an executive session, we do not need one this evening, but it would have been held at the end of our meeting. Mr. Bleeker, would you please take roll call?
Yes. Mrs. Cohn.
Here.
Mr. De Silva.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
Mr. Kaczmarski.
Here.
Ms. Conoco.
Here.
Mr. Copland.
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here.
Mr. Denise.
Here.
And Ms. Barron.
Here. Adequate notice of agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and Record, specifying that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on May 27th in the administrative offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey, and a copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Mr. Denise, would you like to lead us in a salute to the flag? Everyone please rise. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, of the
United States of America,
and to the republic,
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Dr. Schoen, do you have a report for us this evening?
I do. Good evening, everyone, again. I have a few things for tonight, if I may. First and foremost, I would like to once again extend my appreciation to my central office staff, as well as our district staff, for the extraordinary work they continue to accomplish during these many weeks of remote learning. In partnership with our district parents and students, we will make it through these virtual times. Thank you all. Secondly, Governor Murphy did announce yesterday the opportunity to hold in-person graduations for middle and high school students. Mr. Pascal sent out some preliminary information yesterday to our senior parents and students, and Mr. Corey will be doing the same tomorrow in regard to 8th grade promotion. We're still awaiting final guidance on the details from the New Jersey Department of Education, and we will certainly communicate with our parents of our graduates as soon as we receive it. Finally, our first virtual strategic planning meeting a couple of weeks ago was extremely successful, and I'd like to personally thank Dr. DeToro and Ruth Davis, who did all the work behind the scenes to contribute to its success. With that said, our next strategic planning meetings will be occurring tomorrow evening, beginning at 6 p.m. We'll begin at 6 o'clock with developing a goal statement for curriculum and instruction, and move into developing the same for community connections at 7 p.m. We're proud of the collaboration that has taken place thus far and look forward to the continued work together. We hope you can join us. That's all I have for this evening, Ms. Barron.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bleeker, do you have anything for us this evening?
Just that I am continuing keeping up communication, as I mentioned last meeting, with both the township as well as with officials at the state to see if there's going to be any disruption, so we can anticipate any disruption in revenue flows and plan for it accordingly. Glad to say that there's none that we have on the current radar. However, we'll be paying close attention and sharing that with the administration and finance committee and board as needed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fair, do you have anything for us?
Yes, we have two retirements on this evening's agenda for agenda items 15A and 15B. 15A, we have Diana Farquharson, who has been a school counselor at Mahwah High School for the last 16 years. The best interest of students has been her primary concern when working with students on all matters, and her kind personality has endeared her to students, parents, and staff. Particularly, Diana's extensive knowledge of the college process has helped thousands of students. Diana has made sure to step foot onto college campuses in order to provide firsthand knowledge and experiences to her students. She takes great pride in tailoring and personalizing a college list that plays to a student's academic and social strengths. Diana is the consummate team player and will be sorely missed by her department and Mahwah High School. Secondly, we have Connie Lehman. Mrs. Lehman has worked since 2002, both as an instructional paraprofessional and is closing out her career as an office paraprofessional at Lenape Meadows School. Connie has been a team player and dedicated her time and energy each day to making sure that she completed all tasks in the office, welcomed visitors into Lenape Meadows, assisted wherever there was a need, all while working with students in lunch and recess. Mrs. Lehman has always been known as, quote, the lady in the office with the stickers, end quote. Whenever a Lenape Meadows child was sad or crying, she would talk to them, cheer them up, and provide them with a sticker as she walked them back to class. She will be missed by all, and we wish her the best in her retirement. The third piece is agenda item 14V. We've submitted preliminarily our district public health related school closure plan. To echo Dr. Schoen's, sentiments, I too am really proud of what we've done, but, we're already in the works of creating what our reopening plan for 2020, 2021 looks like. So, once that's fully prepared and fleshed out, we will supply that to everyone who needs to see it as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My report for this evening. John Pascal, principal of the Mahwah High School, is proud to announce that senior Jonathan Koa has been selected as a winner of the James E. Casey Scholarship. Pursuant to an agreement with the National Merit Society Scholarship Corporation, this scholarship is sponsored by the UPS Foundation. The company, foundation, or business organization sponsoring this award provides special scholarships for outstanding students in addition to the Merit Scholarship Awards for students who qualify as finalists in the National Merit Scholarship Program. So everyone at NMSC hope that winning this special scholarship will be the source of great pride and encouragement to Jonathan as he begins the challenges of higher education. So congratulations to Jonathan on all his future endeavors. And then Mr. Pascal as well is proud to announce that senior Daniel Lee has been chosen as the 2020 National Merit Northeastern University Scholarship. Pursuant to an agreement with National Merit Scholarship Corporation, this scholarship is sponsored by Northeastern University in Massachusetts. From approximately 1.6 million students who entered the 2020 National Merit Scholarship Program, only about 16,000 were named semifinalists. They were designated on a state representational basis in proportion to each state's percentage of the national total of graduating high school seniors. In order to advance in the competition and be considered for a Merit Scholarship Award, a semifinalist has to become a finalist by fulfilling several requirements that included submitting a detailed scholarship application and presenting a record of very high academic performance. All winners of about 7,500 national merit scholarships are being chosen from the group of approximately 15,000 distinguished finalists. So congratulations to Daniel on this wonderful achievement. And then as a side note, it's come to our attention that people are using the football field and the track for recreational purposes. And we just want to remind everyone, if you do, please clean up after yourself, because there was some garbage left on the field and the track, and we would appreciate your help in keeping that area clean. So thank you very much for your safety. Do we have any board committee reports this evening?
I wanted to report curriculum and instruction. Dr. Schoen already mentioned about it, but I just also wanted to thank Dr. DeToro and Ruth Davis for their efforts in our virtual strategic planning meeting that took place 2 sessions last week, covering facilities and social emotional learning, and those coming up tomorrow night, covering from 6 to 7 curriculum and instruction and 7 to 8 community connections. I just wanted to say I thought it was great. We came up with a suggested action statement, kind of a goal that the administration will now work on for the long-term plan. So I thought it was quite interesting virtually, and it was, I think, well attended. And we thank everyone for coming out, and hopefully as many people come out tomorrow night for it as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Murphy. John, you had something?
Yeah, the policy committee met via Zoom on May 18th. We have 9 regulations on today's agenda for first reading. Regulation 5420 is being tabled, however. We're going to rework some of that language based on comments that Rick had submitted. Regulation 7510, use of school facilities. We included a section on that to include costs associated with extensive cleaning and disinfection of school facilities after use by outside groups. And then the remaining regulations just had minor grammar, formatting, or language changes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Denise. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Do you have any other board member remarks or additional comments? Yes, Mr. Copland. Oh,
You're
Mr.
muted,
Copland.
Brett.
1 second, you're muted.
I'm good. There we go. How's that?
Okay,
Sorry.
good.
Last week, I attended virtually the National Junior Honor Society induction. I just want to congratulate all the 7th graders and 8th graders that were inducted. It was definitely a unique experience to be doing it virtually. But Mr. Corey, Ms. Whalen, everyone involved, Chief Jaffe, everyone that was there did a fabulous job. It was a really special evening. And huge congratulations to everyone. And I know Rick's daughter and my daughter were very happy to be inducted into the Honor Society. So congratulations.
Congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
Everyone else. Mr. Denise, you had something?
Yeah, I just want to thank administration for committing to an in-person graduation so quickly after the governor's announcement yesterday. And I also want to thank the teachers and the staff for their special delivery of the graduation caps and gowns to the senior class of 2020.
It's fantastic. Thank you very much. Yes, I have my sign. It's on my front lawn. So we love our seniors. Let's see. We have a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. De Silva, second by Mr. Copland. Okay, so we'll give a few minutes here to see if anyone has any questions they'd like to pose to the board or any comments.
Yeah. Ms. Barron, I don't have any comments or questions coming in through the chat. If any do come in, I'll alert you, but I think you're okay to proceed with the meeting.
All right, thank you. May I have a motion to close the meeting to the public? Mr. De Silva, second by Ms. Conoco. Okay, I have old business. May I have a motion to move on our old business? Mr. Gallo, second by Dr. Morthy. Do we have any comments on any of the old items? Are we good to go? Okay, could you please take roll call on that, Mr. Bleeker?
Ms. Saccone,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Kesmarski,
Yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now I'd like to take new business 14A through Y. May I have a motion to proceed on that? Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Denise. Do we have any comments, questions on any of those? Yes, Mr. Copland.
On 14L, do we have a timeline on when the signage will be installed?
Mr. Bleeker?
We'll be getting the purchase order out very quickly after this. As far as a definitive timeline, I don't have one to provide for right now, but I will ask the contractor once we get the purchase order out and they have it, when they anticipate it coming in and being installed.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, Mr. Bleeker, could you please take roll call on A through Y?
Ms. Saccone,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Kesmarski,
Yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now I'd like to take 15A through X. I have a motion to proceed on that. Mr. Gallo, second by Ms. Zacone. Do you have any comments on any of those items from anyone? And I would like to, as we always thank our volunteers, we have a new digital media production club that's going to be starting up for the 2021 school year, and Mr. Joseph Charles has volunteered as an advisor for that club. So thank you very much for volunteering. We appreciate it. Okay, could you please take roll call for 15A through X, please?
Ms. Zacone,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Kesmarsky,
Yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. And may, first everyone please stay healthy and safe, and may I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. De Silva, second by Mr. Copland. And the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Excellent. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank
Good night, everyone.
Right.